Hey everyone, there's this completely crazy idea going around right now. It's possible that Trump wants to completely change the Federal Reserve, make gold and silver important again, and then use all of that to just take over the whole crypto business. And it's said that this will take us to a whole new level of the future. The person who came up with this idea is Christopher Green. I had to look into it because it's too important to ignore. He's talking about XRP and other cryptocurrencies, as well as blockchain technology and everything else. In a moment, I'll let him tell you it himself. But wait, I've also been gathering a lot of new information on G Treasury, and this could really be the way to get at least $20 worth of XRP. Don't think these numbers are picked at chance. Which companies are really involved in all of this? Who's in charge? We're going to break that down. Of course, we need to talk about another huge XRP story anyway. Ripple is planning to spend a whole $1 billion on buying. Okay, this is news, and this is where you heard it first. I finally understand everything. Why are gold and silver prices going through the roof? They're about to do what I said they would do years ago. I can't believe I didn't think of this before. Check out the video on X. I told you in secret that Trump was changing the US Federal Reserve System and that the gold and silver reserves at Fort Knox would be revalued to pay off all the debts that were already there. BlackRock is now telling us all to move into tokenization, which means using Bitcoin, crypto, putting us back on the stablecoin scheme, etc. Which means, in case you didn't get what I was saying, they are purposely driving up the prices of gold, silver, Wall Street, and central banks to new record highs. Gold is now worth more than $30 trillion. That's really big. That doesn't just happen. They are doing this because they need more expensive gold and silver to balance out their purchases of the new currency and cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Litecoin, XRP, and Ethereum, which they are sending to itself in quadrillions. If you use math or just common sense to think about it, they'll raise the value of one asset to get a good deal on the other asset. Then they'll restart the system and use the stable coins that they printed $300 trillion worth of yesterday, not by accident. It's not by chance that the PayPal mafia prints $300 trillion overnight, which is twice the world's GDP. Like Peter Thiel really found a PayPal. Each of these guys is a PayPal. A PayPal was found by Elon Musk. It's not a mistake. They're doing these tests, which is why they recently held the liquidity event with Binance and all the other platforms. And we saw the huge drop in altcoins because they keep the system running smoothly. They are looking at things like stable coins, parity, stability, and other similar things to get rid of leverage longs. After that, as I said, watch the movie on X. As the title says, I just posted it again after months of not seeing it. It already has about 1 million views. Breaking Trump has quietly replaced the US Federal Reserve. It was in my green Lamborghini. There were giant shocks ahead, and I told them that was how things looked around Fort Knox. Do you remember that they said they would check it out? Yes, they did. They didn't tell us about it, though. Okay, this means that they are changing the value of those funds and will use the money to buy Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and XRP at lower prices. This is going to be the most important business event in history. As we saw with FTR's executive action, I expect huge shocks, the stock markets to shut down, bank runs, and the regional banks to fail. I don't know if you saw that today, but JP Morgan Chase just had a 200 million cockroach debt collapse because they took out a bad loan with Tricolor. And that's just the start. It's what Jamie Dimon calls bugs. This is the same person who did business with Epstein. He knows what's going on. He is the same person who got several $1 trillion in bailouts from the people of the United States. Guys, this is now going to happen. Did you hear what I said? Watch this video again. Gold is being pumped. Not for regular people. This is a move by institutions. There isn't a gold plus 30 trillion pump in retail. This is only a short-term pump. Once they have the new money they got by moving the water to the other side of the system, which includes gold, silver, precious metals, bullion, etc., they will use it to change the prices of all of these things and start over with the new system I predicted, which includes Bitcoin, crypto, Litecoin, Ethereum, and XRP. That's the truth. Share and like. To see that movie, follow me on X. It was posted not long ago. Now we can just sit back and watch what happens, right? I really need to hear from you guys, though. What do you think about his idea? Don't be shy. Share your thoughts in the sections below. Some of this does make sense, at least. Let's be honest about this. Where is all that money going to come from if they're going to actually carry out this big financial fix that everyone keeps talking about? To pull off something this huge, you need a lot of cash. Also, guess what? It's clear that central banks have been getting ready for this move for a long time. Take a look at what's happened lately. Gold has been piled up like there's no tomorrow. When you look at the numbers, the speed is pretty shocking. Right now, it feels like everything is about to fall apart. Could Christopher Green be right on this? There is only one way to learn. Of course, I love that XRP is being talked about in all of this. I think that's a pretty big deal. That being said, we are ready for future shocks, and there will be them. Kristalina and Tom both said it, and I agree with them both. There will be shocks. Which way, what changes need to be made to our rules to deal with this? We will have to decide what kind of rules we need to have in place to lower the risks of financial chaos that come up when new technologies enter the financial system. The best way for low-income countries, developing economies, and advanced economies to work together to keep prices stable and help growth is to agree on what that best way is. So let me quickly give you this. Do you believe in the government? Do you really think that the people who run these places care about what happens to you? I'm not even trying to reason with you. Any answer will do. Say yes, say no, or say it's difficult, but be honest. Do you believe them? Are these people really out here to keep you and me safe? I guess that story will be told by time. Okay, so let's look at what's going on. Ripple X development is happening all over Europe. Projects like Schumann's Europe and Societe Generale's EuroCV stablecoin are putting controlled value on the blockchain, and the XRP ledgers are the basis for safe finance and compliance. Let me tell you something interesting. Eduardo Morrison, co-founder of Schumann.io, shares the euro and is coming on-chain through Europe. And if you remember, we talked about this a long time ago, months ago. It looks like it's going to happen. It was easy for us to choose to work with the Ripple team because the company has been around for at least 10 years and has a lot of experience. Money isn't going anywhere. We also want to be the clear leader on the on-chain side in Europe. This one was just released by Paul Barron. My guess is that Ripple just made a huge move by buying G Treasury for $1 billion.